I'm Yehuda, and today you're watching a visit to the library. Sometimes you're hesitant to go to the library because people who cannot go home are spending time there. Sometimes it's because your background and your education didn't prepare you for it. Today we're going to take a visit and you might find something. Forget about all the DVDs and the movies and all the stuff that you don't need. College lectures, university level lectures, not just books and theories that people wrote. Art, music, but something that what would be great for you is if you're from Yeshiva, you would want to start with Judaism, religion. Judaism is vastly big, but you would want to start with the religious part of Judaism. See if we could find it. You have here great world religions. You have Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, classical mythology. Okay, comparative. Timothy Johnson. Okay. Psychology, human behavior, scientific ideas that change the world. We'll get to science in a minute. There are many books, but you want to go for audiobooks are very good. You could listen to them at not just in your car, but you could download them from your computer to your phone. You want to start with nonfiction, even though there's many science fiction, and then you have mystery. But you want to start with science and history, because those are things that are real, and you could use them. The library will not put a red flag on a book if it's a waste of your time. So you're going to have to know how to do this by yourself. And this is what I'm going to try to help you do. It may read nonfiction, but you could find books that are really not necessary, like how to read the Bible and still be a Christian, which means basically how to read the Bible and still have faith, right? Faith. You don't need reason for faith. That's a waste of time. These are like spiritual. Here you have something that's very well intentioned by Dennis Prager. 10 Commandments, still the best moral code. Obviously, it's not that the cover itself gives it away. Anyone that knows a little bit of history knows it's nonsense. And I'll share a link below why this is a book for believers. But you've believed enough in your life. Now it's time to study and give yourself a chance to think. Converts to Judaism. Zoroastrians, what is a madrasa? These are like apologetics, like permission to believe. This is a very good book by Michael Shermer. It's accurate history. This here about anti-Semitism. I'm going to try to help you realize who teaches what. Which books are just there to make you happy, and which books are there to teach you and to maybe make you uncomfortable, but you're definitely going to grow. You don't want to walk around your whole life believing in myths. You want to know what's myth and what's real. And it's good. It's good to know the reality because it makes you a better person. It makes you able to, the more you understand nature, the more you could manipulate nature, and you can be a leader, not a follower. Moral arc, how science and reason lead humanity towards truth, justice, and freedom. There's evidence to that, but there's no evidence to this idea here because 10 Commandments are religious laws, and you don't have any other gods. Nobody knows whose God is the right God. This country is based on liberty and justice for all. Everybody can believe what they want. So this in history, this never worked. Was never a good idea. Even in Haredi Judaism, it's not a good idea because Haredi Judaism is split into many differences. So everybody has their own truth. Okay. The great courses is the best way to go about any sciences, even literature, because it's well known and it's pretty accurate. It doesn't have any agenda. It's not by one person, but it's by universities. You can learn anything you want. We don't have the Judaism here on the shelf right now, but you do have this, and it goes. This even has Baal Shem Tov in it. I think it's by Tyler Roberts. Yeah, I finished this one. It even has Baal Shem Tov and the Jewish tradition. It's called Skeptics and Believers. So it pretty much goes. It has Nietzsche, and then it has Kierkegaard, which means it has the beauty of all sides, and you can make your own decision. This is even deeper. This goes really way back, exploring the roots of religion. If you're going to explore the roots of religion, you're usually going to go about 4,000 years back with the best history that we have, best records to compare. That's how you're going to be able to compare. You're going to know what comes from. Comparative religions. Comic sections are not just for kids. You have some comics written by very, very smart people. I'll show you them now. 3 comic books by Fred Van Lent and Ryan Dunlavy will take you through philosophy, economics, Karl Marx, Spinoza, and Kabbalah, Isaac Luria Arizal. When you reach the Kabbalah part, he's going to explain to you the Esophagus, exactly what Arizal was saying in a few pages. Starts with his life, who wrote the Sefer Zohar. It was actually this comic right here was the first time I discovered that the Zohar is known to be written by Moses de Leon, and Moses de Leon studied Plotinus. And Plotinus was he influenced Christian, Islam, and Judaism, and especially in the mystical tradition, because he was a teacher of mysticism. He explains to you the whole Esses Fittest beautifully, what the Arizal found, what type of God the Arizal found, the Ein Sof, looking into a mirror, many gods, not many gods, sorry, looking into the depth of the unknowable God. Then you get Spinoza, how Spinoza saw God and nature as one. Jean-Paul Sartre, it makes a little, okay, skip that. Went to Spinoza already. Baruch Spinoza in Amsterdam, how he was in the shul and how he was speaking his mind. He was very clever. He's the father of modernity, because modernity is where you, instead of going by authority, you go by human reason. And that's how the world changed for the better over the past 1,000 years. Here's Spinoza, the Cherem, it's really funny, but it has everything you need to know. He explains the concept of God. God is everything. God is energy. God is built into the universe. Yeah, explains what does it mean, commandments from God. What is the true worship? People like Thomas Jefferson, you don't have to read so much to know enough that you won't be fooled. You won't believe in myths, or people will just throw things at you like, oh, this is a Christian country, or Dennis Prager will give you some nonsense about Judeo-Christian values, which it's fine what he's doing, maybe, but definitely he's not being honest, and it's not useful either, because in the end his ideas won't work. So Thomas Jefferson, the stidus that he had, the contradictions, but still he did very good. And how people looked at how people saw God through in the Middle Ages. God's too busy, you can't reach him. They thought they were sinners. They thought they're poor and then Thomas Jefferson's idea that you could believe what you want. Everybody could have God, no menus. So you go through Jung, Freud, what Freud said, that it's not considered science because it's not proven, it's pseudoscience. The best thing I could share with you is how to be able to look at something and guess. Guess doesn't mean a wild guess. Guess means you're so educated that your guess is usually correct. You can guess if something's pseudoscience or it's real science, because anything could be real science. Scientists don't reject the existence of UFOs, but if they don't land and they can't study it, it can't be science. But they don't reject it. They can't reject what they don't know, right? Not so much religion, but God, right? So you have books, of course, by about free thinkers. You know, everything's on the shelf. I don't believe in atheists as someone telling you, just by the cover you understand that it's like a Christian telling you, I don't believe that you don't believe in Jesus, because Jesus is everything. You know, if you buy that, then you could read that book. Of course, atheism. Of course, The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. These books are just the Age of Reason. You know, this is appealing to your mind. It's not appealing to philosophy of why you should find God in the sunrise and sunset. There's some book on... here's one that's supposed to be like comedy. God wants you to be an atheist. The startling conclusions from it. Yeah, but joy of this is okay. The joy of secularism. You know, people feel like they'll be lost if they don't hang on to their tradition. Last but not least, and this is my favorite section, is the supernatural. Ghosts. If you want to believe in ghosts, this is very good. A case for ghosts. There's pictures, Kodak pictures of evidence of some sort. Many collections of books, and remember, this is a library, so everybody can write a book. My question is if it's a waste of your time or not. Oh, this is the one I was actually looking for. Ghosts caught on film. You see, very convincing. You see different photos. Makes you afraid at night because you don't know if the ghost is good or bad. You heard of the cherubim? So here, I'm going to show you how this woman actually found the ghost using film faces. There's actually there's a medical explanation for people who always see faces. Every library, especially in the big cities, should have a Zohar, Kabbalah, and a Talmud, if you need it for reference. Remember that science is not philosophy. It's not a philosophical argument of that people had 500 years ago. Science is based on evidence. Philosophy you can spin back and forth. So try not to confuse with that. Because the library may be crowded with people you might not be able to get along with, even they may not smell, maybe a strong odor. Come to the library, take the books, collect the books and go. You don't have to do the studying at the library, it's not ideal. The goal is to steal time within your schedule to finish a few college courses within the few months, and you'll be a changed person because you are your mind. The rest is just carrying it. You're literally on a brain on a stick. You have emotions. But science will teach you how to feel and what to feel and how to be confident. And don't be afraid about losing your faith and things you learned at home school or in your church or synagogue or in your at home. because science doesn't make it impossible to be religious. It only makes it possible not to be. But it's also good for many, many myths that are even unnecessary. So, good luck, and I hope we can do this again next time. Welcome to Sheni V'Chamishi.